Hello everyone and welcome back to another VoxEdit Monday with me, Panda Pops. See, quite a few of you are here. Vision X, I see you here. You saying first? I don't think you were the first. You might have been the first over on Twitch though, but not the first on my chat. But yeah, how's everybody doing? I kind of accidentally started before I got everything prepared, so bear with me for a second. Hope we're all doing good. We are, I think we're finished on this. I'm sure I was meant to do something else and I forgot all about it, but we'll talk about what we've done here. And yeah, we'll go into a little bit more of it. I don't need that tab up. I'm going to be with you guys, but I'm here to answer any and all your questions. Plus with Joseph in the chat, which by the way, if you wanted to like come on a Discord call with me so you can try and answer these people's questions along with me, that would be cool. And that means I get a voice in my head, which I haven't had in a long time, but I understand if you're busy. Oh, it's all good. But that would be cool if you want to do that, because sometimes the chat is popping. It's a bit slow today. We should. I was meant to say, hey, we're live. So, second. But how's everybody doing? I've got a few things that I want to mention as well regarding assets that people create within VoxEdit and then go and unofficially go and put up on OpenSea to sell. I'm going to do a little talk about that because some things were brought to my attention and I feel like we should probably say about that in here too. What is an NFT? It is a non-fungible token. Do you need me to tell you everything about an NFT? I usually deal with just utility-based NFTs, but a lot like artwork. Basically, it's like you've got you're the owner of yeah, hey all, let's go Sand. I have not looked at any crypto. I refuse to look at my portfolio until I start hearing people go, hey, everything's mooning. I'm not looking until I need to buy, or that happens. But yeah, good to see you guys. One second. Okay, but yeah, if you guys so much confusion about, yes. Okay, so obviously you can, if you want to, you 100% can create something and sell it upon OpenSea. Do bear in mind that you will not have the official verified tick to those assets, and there are some things that come with that. Someone said they were going to give me an NFT and you had no idea what they were talking about. I was like, he's scared. Oh, bless you. But I'm surprised you're watching this stream if you're not too sure what NFTs are, but I appreciate you being here. Hopefully we can educate you to some extent. Also, anybody over on Facebook, there's no airdrops, there's nothing like that. Don't click any links on Facebook. Facebook's for the scams. Don't get scammed. Just, if you're on Facebook and you're a legit person, come over to, you know, YouTube or somewhere. So I don't have to keep telling people that there's no airdrops. So anyway, let me just find the actual information. So right now there is no, so if, let's say for example, I created this and it wasn't approved onto Sandbox, but I wanted to sell it. So I go and mint it myself up on OpenSea and sell it. And someone buys this. If you put that in your game experience or create a game and try and put that in your experience, one, you could place it. However, you will not be able to upload that game experience into, you know, you wouldn't be able to upload the game experience, basically. Other people won't be able to play it because it's not approved on the Sandbox marketplace. It's not been approved on that end. In the future, everybody will be able to. Currently, it's only people within the creator fund. So right now, only people in Creator Fund can have pre-approved assets uploaded, and a very select few have assets put up for sale. Very, very select few people have those put up for sale out of everything that gets created. So if someone bought this and then tried to make a game with it, and it's not been an approved asset, then you cannot use it in your game experience. It would not be able to be published. It won't work properly. And right now, that's not to say never, but right at this minute, there is no plan to let Sandbox pull 3D assets from OpenSea to Sandbox. They must be minted with the Sandbox contract on the Sandbox site. Certain things will need to create an NFT bridge, so much like the Cyberkongs VX, there will need to be an NFT bridge which will the same way they're doing it with Bored Ape Yacht Club stuff. So, and that would have to be set up specifically for that group. When items are uploaded to their dashboard, they have all sorts of metadata that's specific to the game. Assets on OpenSea don't have that metadata. That's the issue. So if somebody creates a collection and puts it on OpenSea and it's not a verified collection within Sandbox, then that asset doesn't have the same metadata. And if, you know, in the future that people are complaining about it, so it's best not. You'd love to get into the Creator Fund. There should be an announcement. I don't know when the announcement's being made. Published to the marketplace. I don't believe so, no. Unlocking a template, yes, I will show you that. I'm just going to finish talking about this because I feel like it's really important. I'll probably do, like, this is the more in-depth talk, and then I will quickly touch on it right at the end and say, like, for anybody coming in, just watch the very start of the restream. OpenSea assets in the gameplay gallery, you can still use OpenSea. Wait. In the game's gallery though. No, so you won't be able to put that, like, I can show you what I mean. I'll show you what I mean, but basically no. No, if, let's say, like, literally, like I said, if I minted this on OpenSea and you made a game and you placed this in your game, if you went to go upload that as, like, in the gallery as, like, a gallery experience, it would not upload any assets that aren't approved. That's why all of those for the game jam, everybody has to have a list of their assets and they have to be approved one by one for the game jam entries, and that's why. So no. And there's, but yeah, so anybody that does decide to sell the assets on OpenSea, one, you're going to end up maybe having to create a whole load of work for yourself to create a bridge. To put those over there, you'd need to figure out an airdrop, a claim or burn exchange or bridge later on when they enable those options. If, you know, when they do, there's no time frame for that. So honestly, I fully believe that it's best for either people to only be buying the verified assets or to wait until the marketplace is open to everybody to upload, which it will be. It will be open to everybody to upload in the future. So instead of doing all of that, it's the same as when I make an asset and export to my inventory. If I use that in a game maker, yeah, exactly. It won't let you upload it to, you can create the game, you can have it placed there, but you won't be able to upload it in any way. So you wanted me, do you only do Vox/asset tutorials here? Mondays, yes, I do the VoxEdit tutorials here. And then there's the Wednesday and Saturday streams that are to do with the game maker. And then there's a couple. What about assets created in the game jam? Are they minted? No, they're not minted. They're approved. There's a difference between assets that are approved and ones that are minted. I can easily show you this. I can very, very, very easily show you this. If it will load, maybe I can't easily show you this. And I haven't forgotten about how to unlock. Unlocking's super simple. I'll be able to teach you that very quickly. Don't worry. So these assets right here are minted assets. They cost sand. And then these ones down here are approved assets. They're up on the marketplace. You can click the little plus button and they'll be added to your inventory. And because they're approved, you know, you can use these in your games to put up on the gallery. So if I went to my inventory, I've got approved assets here, I've got pending assets, and I have unpublished assets here. So unpublished means if I put it in my game, I can't put it onto up on the gallery. The pending means they're pending approval. Approved means, yes, they're fully approved. This guy doesn't cost any sand, so he's just been approved. And that's all the approval does, is just make it available. Then you can choose to mint it. So you would mint the approved assets. So I'd go to entities, find one that's approved. I would need the, to mint, sorry. You go down to actions to mint, find the one what I want to mint. This, I would need, why will you not let me click it? Oh, whoops, meant to press that. And then go start minting. I would then need an epic catalyst as well as these gems to mint this and put the amount in. And that's how you would mint it. How soon in the future? How soon in the future for which bit? Let me know. How soon in the future for marketplace for all? I cannot possibly say. Have absolutely no idea. Actually, I feel like how soon in the future for something else. So was I right in understanding that even common assets will need a catalyst to be able to mint to be sold? No, common is like the standard. It's a common mint. You won't, don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure you don't need a common catalyst. But don't hold me to it. I'm pretty sure the common mint is just the standard. Do solo video just explaining this. Yeah, I have. Okay, I guess this is the shilling myself portion of the stream. So yes, I am Panda Pops. I have my own streams that I do. I'm part of the creator fund with Sandbox. I am also their VoxEdit community manager. And I have my own YouTube where I do multitude of different crypto, blockchain, play to earn games, and a lot of VoxEdit tutorials, short and snappy ones, as well as I will be getting out a bunch of official Sandbox tutorials, doing little bite-sized videos. Can you leave the catalyst empty for the buyer to fill? No. No. So when you mint it, that's what you're minting. Can we mint any approved assets, even it was for the game jam? Okay, so let's just put it this way. You cannot currently buy any of the gems or catalysts. They are not available to be purchased as of yet. So no, I'm going to say no. Right, anyway, this room. We all have, oh, wait, was I meant to put another little pluggy? Yeah, I think I was meant to do like another one of these little plug sockets. What we're working on today, I've got to just finish off this, talk about how we actually created this, and I'm adding coving to the top because it looks a little tall and bare. So I'm gonna add some coving. Should be super simple to do. Or as I sometimes call it, the ceiling skirting, because I forget it's called what's it called? Coving. Oh, Panda ready for a call. Oh, yes, perfect. Wait, let me just turn you on. There you go. Can I hear you? I can't hear you.
Hello, how are you? Yes, you couldn't hear me because I wasn't speaking. What's up?
Ah, hey, I'm good, thank you. How are you? I was just really worried all my sound was too low. Look, everybody, we have the voice in my head that is Joseph, aka the Vision X. I have no idea what to call you. I think I go through like 5 names for you.
It's all good. Yeah, Joseph, the Vision X, Joe, Jake, a potato. Doesn't matter to me as long as we're on the same page.
Jake?
Just hanging out, you know?
Who's calling you Jake?
I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out
Oh,
there. You know what I mean?
I
It's all
really
good.
thought someone was
Yeah.
calling you Jake. I was like, that's a bit like, well, I suppose like, I don't know, right? So you know, name's Joe. I suppose nobody's calling you like Keith. Like that
Yeah,
would be
right.
weird.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Samuel or something, right? Like
yeah.
we'll just throw a name out there. You know, what do you like? What do you like? Yeah, King of Crypto says, "Am I hearing things?" No, you are not hearing things. This is the sound of Joe. I'm here from the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show. For me, it's a good morning. For I want to call you so hard by your real name, but I don't want to do that. Like,
You
we got
can't.
Panda in the chat here, right? Designing some great things in box edit. So if you guys have questions while you are watching live, feel free to put those in the chat. I'm here to help answer them so that you can see some magical, mystical creations be completed here on this stream.
Yes, we got to get this finished. I'm sure I promised everybody this would be done by the time you get to see the stream, and I haven't
So
touched
I've been
it.
it's been a long time. It's been a really long time for
it
me
it
with you
has.
hanging out in this stream. How have you been?
Oh, I've been great. Did you hear that I got a job? I got a new job.
I have because I still get all of the special secret emails, and I definitely saw your name go through the new employees list for the sandbox proper.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
that worked out real nice. I'd already
it's
spoken to
about
some.
time.
Yeah, I know, right? They took their sweet time. I'd been dropping hints everywhere. I was just like, if Sandbox want to hire me, you know where I am. But no, it took their sweet time. But no, it worked out really well because I quit. I quit my job like at the pub. I was like, right, I'm going full time. I'm just going to do uh crypto, YouTube stuff, and I'll just
Yeah,
concentrate on that. And then I got a message just going, do you want to, work for us like on a more permanent basis? It's like, do I? Yes. Employment, please. Oh, look at everybody being like, congrats. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's
honestly
good.
though, it couldn't have. Not only could it have not been a better time, but it couldn't have been a better person. You've had a good.
Aww.
You've been great here for these people in this chat in your own, hanging out in your own chats. All
That's
of it.
true. Oh, are we doing
All of it.
another second panda shilling moment? Okay, everyone. I do my own
Yeah,
stuff. So,
always.
like, yeah. So, check me out. I'm Panda Pops 90 on Twitch, Panda Pops on YouTube and D Live. Just go check me out there. I'm awesome. So, yeah. That's pretty much
There we
it.
go. If you want to see more box edit content that's not on this Monday stream, always.
And I do it for longer as well. Mondays we're only here for an hour. I've just upped as well my Thursday streams. I'm now doing 4 to 5 hours Thursday evenings. It's
Oh wow,
I know, I'm so happy.
that's great.
But yeah, what have you been up to? Like you were here and then you weren't here and now you're back
Yeah.
again. You're
So
teasing everyone.
so I was doing a bit of work at the local school district, and then basically I realized that doesn't work for my life and the way things go, especially because we're still in the middle of a pandemic. But it seems to me that we're pretending we're not. However your feelings are, we're not gonna go there. So we had in December, about midway, no, early in December, my daughter got sick, so I stayed home to take care of her. It was
Oh
about a week.
no. Was
And then
she's
I
all
got
good though?
sick. Yeah, yeah, it was a regular cold, right? It was
Okay.
the regular, it wasn't COVID. But she had gotten sick, so I stayed home for a week to take care of her. Then I got sick, so I stayed home for a week to take care of me, right? And
Yep.
then and we're trying to do all the right things and like make sure it's not COVID, even though I know that I got it from her because I took care of her, but I still had to do the test. And then we had our Christmas break. Um, and then right as we're coming back from Christmas break, um, one of my family members, I won't call them out specifically, had been sick and notified no one, and we all went to Christmas together.
Oh no.
Like dummies, I guess, right?
Oh
And because we're
no.
all pretending like it's not a problem. And then so we come back from that. My mother, COVID, my dad, COVID, my
Oh.
sister's boyfriend, and she's, like 25, right? COVID. My daughter got it. She had gone to Brittany's, my wife's parents' house. So my wife's dad is paraplegic. So he may have gotten it, right? And so we were all very concerned with this. And I was like, that's it. I'm going back. I'm just going to do sandbox stuff only. I need to be home and we need to take care of people. And, and let's just say it wasn't a bad week. Crypto's down a little bit right now, but I was
Oh.
killing it in the game. Last week I was up a good amount. A good
Yeah.
just staying home. It was like I increased my portfolio by 50%. So worth it.
I
Worth
remember
doing.
all the stories you were saying where like you'd gone into your new work, just been like, oh yeah, I just made this, this merch. And they're just like,
Yeah,
how?
you did,
Like,
yep.
why are you here?
I know. That's the weird thing, right? Is like it was a duopoly too, because I go to the regular traditional workplace and be like, hey, whatever, making money, doing good things. And then I'd come home and be like, oh, on lunch I made like $30,000. And then they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's just whatever. It's no big deal.
I love
And
that. It's like, yeah, it's
yeah,
crypto, isn't it?
yeah, like it's just whatever. It's fine. Like, and I hear these stories so much for those folks. Like, if you're new to crypto and you're in the chat for the first time, you're probably not obviously there yet, but you may well be. I started in 2016, and these are the kinds of conversations I'm having now, going like, what is my brain? I remember having
Yeah.
a bit of a crisis a few weeks into regular work where I was like, what is the whole planet? Right? Like, what is anyone doing? Like, let's just all buy, fake internet money
um,
and get rich.
yeah, for sure. But
Yeah,
I mean, I don't see why we're not all doing it.
there we go.
Yeah, that sounds well. Obviously, Christmas sucked for
Wow.
you, but like,
Yeah,
but good that you've come to the decision to be back here and be awesome.
yeah. I
And
mean,
it's
I got some pretty important interviews coming up for the sandbox. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe we should dedicate a little time to it.
yeah.
Just got out of a call before joining you, where
Ooh.
we were discussing something,
So
right?
I
Um,
had
um,
oh
yes.
no
Okay.
links.
I run into this conflict where I really want to talk about stuff all the time, but if for some reason it falls through, then I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I had an interview with this such a person, right? And like, but then
Oh,
it got pushed back 3 or 4 weeks.
is this the I don't know a code to say anything that might be.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
code.
no,
There's
I
no code for
can't.
this.
Oh look, people like spill the beans. I don't know if the thing that I'm thinking is the thing that's happened. So there might be two lots of beans being spilt that
That's
aren't meant
true.
to be
There
mentioned.
I can say for sure that so far this week I've scheduled 3 different interviews for the GMAE show. So,
Ah.
yeah, I know that it happens at the 2 a.m. block for you, Panda, and you can't be there for them, but you can always watch them later over on youtube.com/the sandbox game.
Yeah,
Um,
I was
it's gonna be
lucky to
fun.
see you the other day doing that because I just come out of a call. So I was doing a podcast call.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I was really lucky and I couldn't be I was like I was so tired, but like a part of me was like, "Oh, Joseph's on. Cool. I can watch that." And yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
restreams are great.
remember you coming in and it was like, how are you here? Go to bed. I feel the same way about Vpire. I see Vpire in the chat all the time. And Vpire is not here for this stream, which makes me think that their schedule is entirely upside down. 'Cause they're living right in your area and you know, they're
Yeah.
awake for every one of my streams. And I'm like, go to bed, you know. I love you to
Some
death. Go to
yeah.
sleep. Take a nap. Save
Some
yourself.
people operate that way though.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. There we go. Measured it out incorrectly. Like I used to be such a night owl. I would happily stay awake all night long and just play games all into the evening. I can't. I've got to be up for the school run in the next morning. I can't do
Right.
that.
That's the thing, right? As a adult,
Like, oh,
we have to take care
don't
of
know.
children and
Not that
uh,
word. I don't want to
uh,
adult.
right.
The Sandbox streams are always worth staying up for. They really are. In fact, did anybody actually have any VoxEdit related questions? I feel like we've just been talking. It's been so long since I've had a voice in my head. Like so long.
It's great. It's great. I sleep better when the sun isn't up these days. I definitely understand that, Cosmic Grog.
I mean, it's the UK. When is the sun ever up during the daytime? I saw like an hour of sunshine. That was it.
We've had a good day over here in the Pacific Northwest where there's been sun. It's been nice. That follows 3 weeks of straight rain.
Yeah. Oh,
we had something that in the US we call it an atmospheric river.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's essentially the jet stream bringing all of the clouds, all of the rain, all of the thunderstorms consistently for a week. So much,
that sounds
the landslides.
Horrible.
It's great. It's great. It's been a good time.
Just like it's brilliant. I love it.
I've had so there's a shop just across the street from where I'm at, and I went over there, right, and they were asking me like, is your house flooded? And I was like, no, I live in an apartment on the second floor, like the only one in the area. So like everybody else is like dealing with like sandbagging their house right here on the beach. And I'm like, nah, it's fine. We're good.
I love that.
Candidly, Kristen thinks that we'll forget that they're dear and start sharing secrets.
Oh, I just noticed, yes, Sparky Snikel said that I was going to tell people how to unlock template. So yeah, we'll do that real quick and then we'll come back to the conclusion of this. 2, unlock a template. Super easy. I strongly suggest you go to the template first, select whatever it is you want. Small human, let's do a small human. Make a folder for it. I'm putting it in my deletes and I will call it small. So I remember it's the small one. So if I do a random letter, I won't know. We'll give this little kid some green hair. Blood tool, there we go, lovely green hair. Let's give him some like darker patches. Right, now he looks adorable and we'll give him quickly some elf ears. This is just to distinguish him from the other small humans. Right, there we go. Trim the volume. Lovely, cute little character, right? So in the templates, you can see your skeleton. You can see the library over here of models. We can select different animations, but we can't edit the animations. We also can't add anything to this template. We can't add anything to the library. So unlocking allows us to be able to do this. What we're going to do is just leave. Sometimes I like to recolor and do the edits that I can on the locked one and then unlock it. So to unlock it, all we're going to do is do create new asset. I strongly suggest putting it in like the same folder place. So if you're doing like a small human, name it small human, like a separate folder, then put the template one saved in that folder and then do new asset in the same area as well. So small final, I'm going to call it. And then off of our root, you could do it straight away, import hierarchy, but I suggest always get into a habit of going child node from the root and calling it a control node. And then that way, when you are doing anything else in the animator, you're always making a control node, which you should be doing because it helps with pretty much everything. Then all we do is go import. Oh, sorry.
Oh, really quickly, I apologize. Tejaswi, forgive me if I just destroyed your name. Yes, that link is safe. I put that link in because I wanted you to maximize the current window, or have your friend do that, which is to say make it take up the full volume of the screen, because I think the automatic scaling isn't working correctly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's right. And then all we do is import hierarchy. Then we find our small human that we've edited and we click open. And now everything's there. We do have the control node where we will need to copy and paste that one. And you have to do that on every single one of these because all the keyframes need to end at the exact same position for every animation for it to work correctly. Otherwise, it might bug out on the game maker. But this is how you unlock it, and you can edit it. So let's just edit idle real quick so I can show you. Where did that go? Idle, right. So we'll go here, and instead, at this point, I will just have his arm slowly come up, move it there, go up a little bit more. Oh, and move the way I want it to move. Lovely. That just kind of there, and it could go down. So then, there we go. His arm just sort of like comes up and goes back down. And we can add to the library now. So if you wanted to give him wings or a walking stick or a wand or, you know, just something different, you can. And you can create child nodes and do all sorts on this. Is his idle move to be Is that Snoop Elf? It's not Snoop Elf. Scary looking. He's cute. I mean, his eyes do look like he's seen something. Like, he's seen some things. Bless him.
What you're seeing in his eyes is his withering soul.
Yeah. He's like, why is my hair green? Why did you do this to me? But yeah, that's pretty much how you unlock it. I do also have a YouTube
my hair
video.
Disappear when I'm on a live stream.
Is my hair disappeared? Oh wait, his hair would disappear.
No. Yeah. When you made your hair green, I remember you being like, I can't do it. I just realized this is a problem.
Yeah,
that was a good time. You should have just kept it, you know?
What, green? Technically, I haven't re-dyed my hair. This is what happened to my green hair. Because green hair dye has blue pigment, so once the green washes out, the blue is there.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I would have never thought.
Yeah. I was quite happy because now it means I can dye my hair green. And by the way, the green hair dye does not last. It looked really good the day I did it, and then looked okay after the first wash. And then it probably lasted for about 2 more washes. And after that, it started really going. And then it was just blue. I was like, cool.
Yeah. Candidly, Kristen said, all you had to do was set a different chroma key to something other than the green.
That's
Candidly,
what
Kristen, Panda Pops has a green screen behind them. Right?
I do.
So we would have to get a blue screen, and then.
And I'm not going to just buy a blue. Like, I've got the Elgato pull-up one. I did. It was okay because with the OBS, I did manage to change like the hue and stuff like that. So my hair wasn't fully disappearing, but it did then mean that my lovely green hair never actually got seen by anyone. Because I was having to change the hue. So my face looked slightly red and my hair looked bluish turquoise.
Yeah.
Minor details, just a minor
Question
detail.
Comes in from YouTube here. It says, are static assets just as important as dynamic assets if you're looking to be a creator? And when do applications open? Applications are closed for now, as we are running through hundreds of different applications that came through during the game jam, but more details will come on Medium or Twitter when we reopen. No projected timeline for that. That said, I would say that dynamic assets are more important.
They are.
In my opinion.
They are more important.
Loads of people can make great content, but can you make content that makes sense? I had a friend, and I mentioned this on the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show a couple of days ago, that I got into a call with. I've talked to them for over a year about the Sandbox, and they said they were trying to design something, and they didn't design it, or they couldn't figure out how to make it move correctly. And I had to explain to them that if you would like to make an arm, you need to have a piece for the palm, a piece for the fingers, a piece for the forearm, the bicep, you've got to have it connected at the shoulder. And all of those are different components that you then stitch together in the animator to make it make sense. So, of course, that means
Mm.
that it needs to be dynamic. If you came up with a suite of amazing dance moves, then that alone could be enough to get you into the creator fund if that were open at the time, right? So there needs to be things that make sense for a person to need in the sandbox, and the closer your application is to that, the more likely you are to get it.
I would also like to say that there should be an announcement regarding the Creator Fund coming very soon. Um, so yeah, keep an eye out on the announcement and things like that. But yeah, I agree with Joseph. Being able to rig stuff up is very important, and that's what they would be looking for. But my question to the chat before we finish, should I don't want to paint the outside, but should I paint the outside? So this, for reference to everybody, this is just a bedroom that we've created. I wanted to do something cute because everything I've been making is just dark and a little bit gory to some extent, that I haven't done something like this, not including the obviously Christmas one that I did. But everything else that I've been doing has been very dark and dreary and gothic. So I want to do something cute. So this is meant to just be like a bedroom that you could place. You obviously won't be able to move any of the assets inside, which is why I've left space. I wanted this to be a room that people could place other assets that either they've created or that they've purchased off of the marketplace. Could I essentially do a whole entire room with like a desk and everything? Yes, but I'm not going to for this one. But the bedroom is done. Like the inside, we've got like a little clock, we've got a set of drawers, a bed, got really cute wallpaper, but I have no idea what color a hallway area would look, because that's what this would be. There's space here to place a door because it's the exact door size. So what would people like to see for the wall, if anything? Or even Joseph, if you've got some ideas, can the avatars walk into it? Will the camera? Yes. So I will answer that question real quick. So I've done this over the past couple of weeks now. I do need to delete all these because these are all animations from when I imported an avatar to check. Go away, Slack. To check the size of everything. So I do need to delete all of these. But yes, I've trimmed everything. And also, if you want something to be like an avatar to walk in through a door or into a room or into a select area, you cannot do animations. The moment you do animations with a room, it puts a collision box over the entire asset. So yeah, if I did any animations, like even if it was to make the clock switch on or just different static stills, so if I had like the toys in a mess on the floor or something like that, it would put a collision box around the whole thing. But the way I've created it, which you can definitely see on the first episode with the way I've done the door on the walls, is there's no collision boundings there. Like we've got the hole to walk into, so you can get there. So a way to unlock asset and use it as clothes. Huh? Like an avatar as clothes? Wait, I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think so. 3D MP4. That question that you've asked here, I think the best way to answer that is you'll find inside VoxEdit that there are clothing templates, or equipment templates, as we may call them. In which case you can put clothes on a character, but they would act as equipment. They can or cannot, at your discretion, have gems and catalysts if you wanted to mint them. But the minting process is not a public feature yet. But yes, you can put clothes on characters. You wouldn't unlock a whole asset to use it as clothes. You would just use the
okay. I was
equipment
thinking,
templates.
like, do they want to unlock a rabbit and use like a rabbit's head as like a hat? I mean, you could make it. Actually, that kind of
Yeah,
sounds cool.
it would probably take less time to just make a rabbit hat,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, if you want to rotate some parts around, then you can. That's the point of the equipment template is to just show you kind of the base points where equipment would lock onto the character. But you can absolutely move things around, make it however you like in there, and it's just going to snap onto that position relative to the head later when you use it as equipment or relative to the body, right? Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it puts an outline of the avatar so you can see where everything is. Well, do I have something already in my delete folder? Oh, wait, I do. Where have you gone? Where is it? Not create, open. That's why it wasn't appearing. No, that's a sword. E, there we go. So this very horrible thing right here. So you see where there's like Z fighting, that would be in the way of the head, so you would need to adjust it. But yeah, you can pretty much make whatever here. Move the pivot point here, so you could move the head down so that the hat would actually be a little bit higher. You can add bits to this. So that doesn't work with where I've moved the pivot point now, but you get the idea. This was just to show somebody because they didn't know how to. This looks awful. But this was just to show someone how they could do animation on the equipment because they were trying to unlock it and then they got confused with, yeah, don't unlock equipment, because when you unlock it, it makes it an entity, not equipment. And you want it to be equipment, otherwise it won't be placed on their heads. So you can do animations with the equipment, unlike with the other templates. And I am just quickly trying to find, so what I'm doing right now, because this room had all those animations from when I popped in an avatar to check the heights and stuff, I now need to delete them. I'm just going to the actual file and I'm deleting them all inside the file because that's going to be quicker than doing them one by one. I just need to make sure I don't delete my idle one. That should be, wait, which one's the right idle? Idle is the right idle. I do suggest, this is probably a dangerous way to do this because I could end up accidentally deleting something I shouldn't. I do suggest you making a copy and deleting the copied ones, and then, you know, then it should be fine. There we go, I did it. Right, make sure everything's in there. Yes, everything's in the room. Beautiful. Did we decide, is there a giveaway today? Yes, I was getting the form ready while Joseph, Joe Vision, X, Keith, you know. Right, rename to idle01. I should be able to move and rotate parts in the template of the hat, right? Yes, I think. No, you can't. You can't move them from here. You can move the pivot point. You can also move any extra things that you place in, but the main part of it you can't move that. But you can go to this little pen tool and get this, and you can move the pivot in here. So if you did want the hat to be to the side for whatever weird reason, you could move it back up, back down, do all sorts from there. But you can't rotate that actual piece, rotate anything else you add. And right, can I remember how to do a giveaway? I should probably show people what the giveaway is, right?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Might be a good idea. Why is this not coming up? There we go. Okay, guys, just so everybody is aware, these it's an asset for the giveaway, by the way. The assets within the giveaway get sent out in batches. I have already done January's batch, so if you win this one, then it doesn't get sent out until February. And hopefully gas will be fairly reasonable, because it definitely wasn't reasonable when I sent out the last batch. I was contemplating waiting, and I was like, I've got to. So I've got to send them. I was like, people have been waiting. Right, so this is it. It is a common weapon crate. There is an animation, so there's idle, but then there is an additional animation where the axe and the pike go up and sort of do a little wiggle, maybe to be placed in your game to alert a player that there could be some hidden treasure inside this, and you can have it drop a special weapon or, you know, a shield, something like that. Yeah, you could definitely pop it in your game and put like a detection radius, and it could make a move, like move about when they can detect and players close by. So here is the link. Now, please, and I'm telling you this once, you were really good last week. I'm gonna say you were pretty good last week, but let's have 2 weeks in a row. There was only 2 people that I had to ban. That's right. You get written off. Any more than four times that you put your name down. Oh, I was meant to sort it. There's a way for me to only do it once. Right. Never mind. I'll get it sorted for next week. Yeah. If you put your name down more than 4 times, you just get striked off. But I really should figure out.
You're so nice. You're so nice.
I know. I was.
We 100% kick people out for 2.
Yeah,
Just
but 2
not
can
even-
be
yeah,
2
like-
can be accidents, though. I fully
Can
understand
they?
2. Yes, no. I've done it twice. I've done it twice where I've seen it and I filled it out, and then I've gone and made a cup of tea, and I've come back and somebody's posted a form. I was like, oh yeah, form. I've done it. 2, definitely an accident. But I
And hammer.
Banhammer. Wow. It's like, no.
No. I mean, realistically, you know, if you see 2, you don't usually think it's a big deal because it's the same information.
Yeah.
And you know, whatever. There is. You're right. But also, if you see the same person doing 2 every stream, every link, you know, it's like, all right, that's enough. That's
Yeah.
enough of that.
Oh,
And it's
yeah,
easy
for
to
sure.
tell, really.
Oh,
Easy
for
to
sure.
tell.
But yeah, oh yeah, you weren't here. So it was during the alpha, and I was doing the streams, and it was going really well. It was great. And I never used to take anybody off. I was just like, I'll delete these. This is fine. I saw a bunch of entries. I was like, this is a lot. Somebody put their name down 40 odd times.
Yeah.
40 times, and after that, I was like, I'm sick and tired of this.
Yeah. So I had a form that I put out for an interview request, right? That I put up on my social, and I was like, hey, if you want to be interviewed for the Sandbox, if you've made some content recently and you'd like to be on the GMAE show, then, you know,
Oh,
I
saw that. I was going to put my name down.
No, that would be great. That's great. Anybody who wants to have an interview about, you know, what they're creating, where they're going, you can always reach out to me. But I had to make it direct messages or tagging me on Twitter at this stage because there were over 300 submissions from the same person pretending to be 300 unique people.
Oh no.
To the form. And I was like, I had to sort through it just to find legitimate interviews too. So it wasn't like I could just ignore all past a certain point.
Yeah.
And I was so mad about that. Like, it was like, man, you wasted so much of my time, and I'm just trying to make great content for you guys, you know? And it was rough. It was almost certainly a bot, right? And they were probably trying to win a giveaway because, you know, it was the same sort of forums as we do some, you know, but you could tell. I was like, man.
I would have straight up closed that down and been like, we're redoing this. And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I did eventually, like, but that was like, I went to sleep. It was fine. I had a couple of requests, and I was looking, just left it open because why would I close it?
Yeah.
And then wake up and it's like, wow, there's 360 or something requests now. And, I'm just like, oh
Uh,
man, it's almost all spam. This is lovely.
yeah, yeah. Spam is great. Oh, I had my first. Somebody messaged me going, "Is this you?" Like, and it's obviously like they've taken my profile, they copied me on Discord. I had my first one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so
Mm.
famous.
Yes,
That's
it's
fair.
the greatest, really.
Yeah,
Because it's like, no, I will never DM you first.
yeah.
Like,
I
we've never
will.
spoken before. Why would I reach out to you first? You know?
Yeah, it's like, and the amount of times I can open the sandbox page. Why can't you open the sandbox page? Can I open the sandbox page? I can open the sandbox page. Should be able to open it.
Yeah.
Right.
It may be if
Oh,
you're using a VPN, sometimes Cloudflare will not allow you in. So it depends on how many requests have come from your VPN recently.
oh yeah. So I found you can restart your router if it's not a VPN issue. You could restart your router and it might help you because that's what it did for me because I was able to log into Sandbox on my phone, but I wasn't able to do it from my computer or from my phone on the Wi-Fi or anything like that. So yeah, maybe
Yeah.
restart your router. But I definitely hadn't been spamming the sandbox with stuff, so I don't know why it banned me, but it was fine after that. Okay, I think we've all decided we're going to keep the walls white. So just quick recap on this, and then I'll show you how you can export this and place it in the game as well. Right before we do the reveal of the giveaway. I think we've done really well for time. We've done great. I've basically done nothing today, so that's awesome.
You did a lot. You've been
Yeah.
answering questions in the chat. You showed people how to unlock assets.
That's true.
Very
Yes, I
useful
did.
things.
Yeah, yeah, we did stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
made coving. The coving, that's
There we
really
go.
changed the room. Like that's made it look great.
So I wanted to actually mention something about that, but I didn't. I didn't know what you call it. But in the US, we call this crown molding.
Oh no, yeah, we call it coving.
I mean, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, coving. Or if I forget the word for coving, I think I mentioned it earlier, I call it ceiling skirting because like the skirting board, I can remember the word for skirting board, but the
Yeah.
ceiling one, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the, the skirting for the
Trim.
ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
Cosmogrog trim would be what we would describe in the US as like the framing around a window or around a door, and it's not typically the ironically, I think we still call it skirting at the ground level as well, but I love it.
Australia, it's called cornice, cornice,
Yeah,
cornice,
I
cornice.
think it's cornice, yeah.
It's got to be cornice. It can't be cornice. Yeah, cornice. I'm saying
Nice.
corny. We call it coving. It's usually made from flammable styroboard. Oh yeah, it is. It's like Yeah, it's styroboard. That's what it is. I thought you were just saying clothing with your British accent. Coving. Yeah, not clothing. Yeah, I'm just placing some clothing up here. Like it's all good.
Yeah, why not,
Yeah.
Get a line, hang it to dry. It's good to go.
Australia, top down, cornice, picture rail, dado rail, scale. What's a dado rail?
I assume that's the door frame. If it's top down, I mean, I could be wrong, but window
Dado
being
rail height.
the
Wait, what?
picture.
Oh,
The
oh no, they're awful. I know what it is. We don't call it that, or maybe we do, but I'll get a picture up. It's this. It's that stupid thing.
oh, waist
This.
high trim. Yeah.
Yeah, that silly thing that's in like all the 70s and 80s households, along with the lace
I
that
see.
all us
Yes,
90s
yes.
kids want to just forget about. Or at least in the
So
UK.
in the US, this is something that's so old that it's good again. Typically, houses that have that dado trim,
Mm-mm.
we would call it wainscoting here, uh, is an expensive house or an older house.
Yeah.
Either chair rail could be, yes, but that's only if your table is so close to your wall that your chair might bump into it. In which case, this is a very poorly designed kitchen. Get out. I have, oh my gosh, I have so many stories about that. Once upon a time, when I was building uh, family fun centers, we were building one in Alaska, and I remember going into the center, and everywhere where I would like turn a corner and touch the wall or touch the railing or something, if it didn't have something that I felt was like people proof, I would be like, this needs to get fixed here, right?
People.
And I remember they had a door that was like, the door was just barely above knee height. It wasn't really a door, it was just like an obstruction that you had to open. And they had a door handle on it
Yeah.
that you could grab, but it wasn't a knob, it didn't need to latch closed. And so, like, everybody just grabbed the top of the door. And I remember just looking at the top of the door, and this building wasn't even open yet, and you could see there was like dirt and dust from people
Uh,
touching the top of the door. And it's like, that's one thing that I don't like about like the idea of a chair rail or something like that, is if you need something that you know is going to be damaged, why make it so fragile, right? Like,
oh
make it out
yeah.
of steel, make it out of whatever, so that it doesn't get destroyed, because you're going to need it for 20, 30, 50 years.
That's true. Someone's asking, can I send the form again? No, because I'm gonna close it in like a few seconds. Or should I send it again? You guys decide. You got until I count to one. One. No, I'm joking. 10, 9, 8. Oh, someone said be nice. 8, what's 7, 6 send. There we go. Someone said send. I was wondering what's the delay like? Do not
Everybody's like,
yeah.
close it, get it out
Oh
of
wait,
here.
no, someone said send. Someone said send first.
That's right.
Don't fill it out twice. Don't fill it out
I had a
twice.
form. I had a form a couple of days ago, a couple of streams ago rather, that I opened up as soon as I started the show. I had
Yeah.
just linked it right away, and I was like, "Hey, you guys are here. There's less than 100 of you right now. And here you go. Here's the link." Right, and then it got up to like 150 people, and I closed it. And then everybody was like, "Well, what? You already did the giveaway?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was here for the people who are here on time. What's up? You know, like, let's mix it up. Let's have some fun."
That's really nice. I try and mix up when I do it. Sometimes I do it, well, not right at the start. I've never done it right at the start. I'm not that organized. I don't know how I haven't been told off for not being that organized. I'm just like, oh yeah, that thing. Wait, guys, just pretend that you're learning something by staring at my screen while I type a bunch of stuff.
Right, right.
But
That's right.
yeah.
You should. If you think I'm organized, you should see the number of tabs I have open right now.
Oh, do you know what? So many people have shown me that. Like, the amount of meetings I've been in where they've shown me something and gone, oh, just ignore the amount of tabs. I was like, everybody has this many tabs.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't new. And I thought I was bad.
This is the center monitor from my right side computer. But it's a lot. It's a mess. Right.
Joe, I feel like maybe you can answer that. Can
All
you
right,
remove key items in game? Thought completing a collection quest would remove the items from key items, but it didn't. I don't know that much about Game Maker.
I think the way that that's worded is a bit confusing, really, because what is your definition of a key item? Is it an item that requires a key to open the door? Is it is it
Well,
an
I thought it was
item
like. Well,
or
I
a
thought it
quest,
was
right?
my thinking behind it was, if you go like collect 5 mushrooms for like a side quest, like that would just be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I don't know. Keep an eye to see if they put the.
Oh, I think I see what you mean. So, are you meaning to say the items that are in your inventory? Yeah, okay. Yeah, the collected item that goes into your
Yeah.
inventory. Unfortunately, those items are fixed, permanent items. However, If the aesthetics don't matter as much to you, you could have a like quest marker. You can make something that's like a quest marker so that when you do complete the thing, this goes into your inventory. And then the objective to complete to continue the next piece of the story, instead of having 5 quest markers, you need 10. And then instead of having 10 quest markers, you need 15, and so on until you finished whichever number of quests you want. If you have too many items, that's a way where you can consolidate all the different kinds of rewards. Just make them one reward.
There we go. Right, I should probably show people how to do this thing. Why my website doesn't work. I'm guessing you mean why does Sandbox site not work? It's working for me, so maybe it's a you problem, Panda. You need a beanbag in the corner or a laundry basket. Yeah, I'll pop in a washing basket. Yeah. I'll pop that in, but I do want to just show people how to export this and just a little bit about this, and then I will quickly go through the form. The form is now closed. Yeah, you heard that right. It is now closed. So yeah, sorry if you're too late.
HCNSSB follows up on that question, saying, I think he means when you collect 5 mushrooms for someone, then when you complete, you give the 5 to the quest giver and you have no mushrooms in the inventory. And I do understand to that point, right? But if you have too many collectibles, instead of making it so that you collect the mushrooms that are laying on the ground and they're pickable and placeable in your inventory, you could make it so that you walk up to a mushroom, press E, and when you press E, it spawns an asset, right? So you don't necessarily have to pick up mushrooms into your inventory. You could pick up quest marker into your inventory or something like that. And then when you go back to the person you were collecting mushrooms for, they're just going to check and see if you have enough quest markers to complete this quest. If some of those quests are happening as a matter of series, right? That where you have to do this one, then you do that one, then you do the other. If it's an open world, open-ended sort of thing, then that doesn't really work if you just want it to be more free-flowing. But if that's the case where you have it very free-flowing, then you have to make sure that you just don't have too many assets. You've got like 12 slots in there right now. And for, even as much as a 4x4, that's usually pretty good if you have a variety of types of quests to complete. So yeah, it's just something to consider.
Oh, we've got somebody, different names. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10!
You're out of here.
Dude, they are out of here. Friggin' 10. Get out of here.
I believe you've done this.
You disappoint me. You get the finger wag. Bad person. That had multiple names, so I can't remember any of them because I just looked at your stuff. Bad person. Shame. For shame. Anyway, nobody's like chat banned. Nobody's chat banned. Just banned from the giveaway. Right. Quickly about this before we do the winner. I'm about halfway through the sheet. That was really handy, by the way, Joseph. You were answering that so well for me. Yeah. I could go through some of that sheet. I need somebody to do it for me. Need an assistant. Anyway,
you can ask any of the ambassadors in the chat right now. They may be able to help you. Some of them have recently only just found out that there are rewards for being an ambassador. So they may be more than willing to help, I would imagine.
But
yes.
Right, quickly before we go off topic again, chat. Listen, it's listening time. It's listening time. Ask questions in a moment. Anyway, so for this room, I've made it 4 blocks high, so 4 meters. Within Sandbox, the terrain blocks are 1 meter and the avatars are 2 meters high. So I've made it 4 blocks, so it sets with the blocks. The doorway is exactly 3 meters high to fit the door and 2 meters wide. That's the exact dimension. So it's 64 by 96. So what I've done is I did like the front bit and then I chopped it in half. So if you go back and watch the earlier ones, you would see exactly how I've made this. And then I believe the side of it is 192. What's that, like 6 meters? 32 times 6. Is that right? Maths. Who's good at maths?
Wait,
Oh, yes,
32
yeah,
times
6, yes, yeah, 6 meters. So that's 6 meters along. And then all we've done for this is we've colored the inside, made separate assets to fit in the room. Now, once again, because this is meant to be a room to be entered into, I've not done any animation. The moment you do any form of animation, it puts a collision box around the whole thing, which would then defeat the point of me doing this doorway because you wouldn't be able to enter it. I've also not placed a ceiling. You could. I have placed a floor. I do have a floor piece right there. So you could put a ceiling on top. I've chosen not to because I feel like people could use the blocks because it is exactly block height. Like you would be able to put 4 blocks right next to it and it would be perfect in height. I'm not too worried. I believe this is perfectly centered. We got 1, 2, and a bit there. So technically 3. We got 1, 2, and a bit there. So yeah, that's about right size, which is perfect. So now I'm going to quickly show you how we can get this into our game. Even if you are not on the creator fund, you will be able to do this. So we go to File, Export, and also you can make revisions. Pretty much right up until you go to mint an asset, you can do revisions on it. But once it's minted, you can't edit it or change anything about it. So export to marketplace. It's not actually going to go to the marketplace. It's going to go to our inventory. So I'm exporting it. Should load up a pop-up. And I'm just going to call this cute room test because it will need revisions. I'm not going to pop anything in there. I will need to put it in some categories. So building. I don't know what else to put it in. City, I guess. And wood? No. Oh, I can just do that. Yes, the sandbox. And then what we're going to do is you go to your profile inventory. And you would then find it in your inventory. Click the little plus button. And it says it's been successfully added. We will then open up Sandbox Game Maker. And hopefully, did I click it? Yes, I did. Yeah, I had no idea the ambassadors got rewards and stuff. I've had people confuse me for an ambassador. I was like having a call with someone like, oh yeah, well you're an ambassador before you got hired. I was like, no, I've just been here. Yeah, right.
Just kind of always there for him, you know?
Yeah.
Helping out.
Who's won? I haven't announced the winner yet. I'm still going through all that stuff. So then we go into the game maker, make your game, type in your room. Gosh, this is going to be embarrassing if this goes wrong. And then we enter it and we've got cute room. We can jump on the bed because we sorted the collisions. We can look at our toys, including our British rubber ducky right there. There's our little bear coat. Yay, bear coat. Our light switch might be a tad too high. I'm kind of headbutting it. Might need to move that. That's our tool poster. Little side table, clock. And then just to show you guys the lining of the blocks next to it. Oh, I've not positioned that perfectly. I just do it there too. Oh, I'm so good at this. There we go. Oh, I didn't do it right. There we go. But you see, four blocks high, perfect, 4 blocks high. So on the 5th one, I could build a ceiling right there. Okay. Whoops, I'm placing blocks in the room now. There we go. And that could be placed as a ceiling up there. That's how you do it. But because it's unpublished, I wouldn't be able, let's just show you guys. So if I went to name this a random, give it blah, 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 description, and I go to share it, I'm not going to be able to because this isn't a published asset, which is why we do try and suggest that you don't buy unverified assets on OpenSea, because you're not going to be able to publish them. Plus, if you purchase them, then you don't technically own them and you can't publish that asset. You just own that NFT. You don't hold all of those. You're not the creator, so you can't then have that published. The actual owner of those assets would need to do that. So it is highly suggested that you don't do that. Seems cute. It was meant to be cute. Okay, I've got to go through this sheet real quick, and next time I am definitely sorting it out, so only one entry can be placed because this is crazy. Is the carpet painted on the floor or 1 voxel high? No, the carpet's painted on the floor. And the floor is 1 voxel thick, so underneath you do actually see it. All right, so far so good. Okay, so we've only had one really big naughty person. We've had a couple of double entries. What are your plans for the rest of the evening? For a room like this or building? Or where's the best place to put a pivot point so it snaps to blocks? Ideally you want to put the pivot in the middle. It's not so it really snaps to blocks. It's more so, oh, look at that. 3 entries on Facebook, because they're definitely not scams.
Well, I don't know. I've had a couple legitimate Facebook viewers. Usually they're, you know,
that's
they're
nice.
more rare, but
yeah, I have to do like pre-warnings because I've had so many people being like, oh yeah, I sent, you know, like 10 Bitcoin and I received 50 from Sandbox. So I was like, we don't even deal in Bitcoin. What are you on about?
Yeah. There's far too many of those.
Yeah, be careful with your crypto, guys. And like, go to Discord, look at the official announcements and all of that jazz. You'll be all right. We'll take care of you. And, you know, staff will never DM you first. We won't ever ask for your seed phrase. Don't ever give anyone your seed phrase. Ever. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh my, we've got another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Get out of here. I need to be better at spreadsheets.
That's good. Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna do a little shameless plug myself. Right as soon as this live stream ends, I'm gonna jump into a new game that's on Xbox Game Pass called Nobody Saves the World.
Oh, that sounds good.
I'm gonna be doing that on my private stream. So if
you have private stream.
I mean, sort of. By private, I mean.
Well, no, like your personal.
I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you did personal stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, sometimes I like to enjoy my life. You know what I
mean? Wait. I thought crypto was life.
That's, you know, it is love. It is life. But also sometimes you just got to game to game. You know, get a game to game. It says hunting right now. It does say hunting, doesn't it? I didn't change the description, but nonetheless, that's all right. I should probably change that. It also says hunting for teamfight tactics, so you know.
Does it?
I mean, just on my. I didn't change the description. I just went live. You know what I mean? I went live with a little preview screen on that, just for reasons. Just for reasons.
Right, 265. Feel like some people did it twice on stuff, but we'll be all right. Right, ready? Drum roll, everyone. Good luck to
Hey.
everyone. Oh, 163. Let's see who lucky 163 is. It is a YouTube winner. I need to make sure that they haven't won before. And let's just... No, they have not won before, so well done. Your name shall be announced in a moment. I don't know how Alex does this so seamless. Like, just like, yeah, like, gets through it.
It's literally having done it forever, but also on Alex's stream, he's got Lucas helping. Uh, on Saturday, I'm helping, and sometimes also Lucas is helping. On the nightly streams, there's a tick box that you didn't check this time that says make sure that it has, they got to be logged in with Google. They got to have a unique username, unique
Yeah,
email, all of
that's
those
what I've heard
things.
I need to tick. So that's what I need to do.
Yeah,
I don't know, where do I do
definitely
that?
saves a load of time.
I need to
Yeah,
figure out.
it's a. I'll show you. I'll show you. Well,
Okay.
let me see if I can just pull up a form right quick.
Right.
In settings, click form default. No, responses. Yeah, responses. And then
Responses.
I tick collect email addresses and limit to one response.
Where is that?
Under the sorry, not responses, but settings first,
Oh,
and
and
then
then
there's a drop down
responses.
for
Yeah.
responses. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there we go.
There we go. I see
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we'll have that next time.
It'll
Right.
save you a whole bunch of your life. Yes.
Okay, so the winner is Cassatra. Yep, that name. Cassastra. Yep, I've butchered your name. I know.
There it is.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, the winner. The asset will most likely... Wait, how many people are ahead of you in the form? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, good. You're lucky number 6. So you will be in the next batch. I really do need to catch up with those. So yeah.
I hear that the gas prices are low during this, crypto downturn here that we're having during a larger economic downturn. So,
What downturn? I haven't looked.
You haven't looked? Oh, well, that's good of you to not have looked.
I won't look. I will not.
The traditional stock market has been down for a good 2 weeks,
yeah,
which is causing a bit of a cold spot. We'll say a little crypto winter over here.
Yeah, I bought some ETH when it did go down. When it went down, I know it's gone down more, but I did get some when it did a big dip, and I did buy a little bit. And I bought some floor priced axes so I can, ship them off to, release them or whatever it is that they're doing to them.
Right.
So I did that. And then my friend tweeted about how low he was like, oh, it's like blood out there with all this red that we're seeing. And I was like, I'm not gonna look. I'm not going to look. And then I did. But I only looked at AXS price, and that was it.
Oh yeah.
That was the only one I looked at, and then I rocked back and forth a little bit, and, and then I turned to my partner and I said, "It's a really good job Sandbox hired me. Otherwise, I would be feeling super nervous about my decision to quit my job."
Yeah, right.
To do this.
So an interesting thing that happened for me is I'm probably up. I'm up like 12 to 14 ETH.
Wow.
But at the same time, I'm down like $70,000 US.
Oh yeah, I readjusted my portfolio when it went down, and I was just like, oh.
We could, in theory, you could look at that as like bleeding, but also never invest money you can't lose.
Oh no,
and then you never lose, right? And so I'm over here looking. Realistically, I'm looking at it like, oh, I'm actually up quite a lot,
Oh well, overall
from the dollars I've invested, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
same for me. Like, if I was to look at the price everything is now, like I'm still up. I'm up by a lot. Definitely not
Yeah.
your level, but that's because my risk tolerance is probably a lot lower, and also you seem far more
That's
not like
definitely
you told me like ages ago. You're like, AXS is going to hit this price. Like, as soon as they do this one thing, like, that's going to happen. And I was like, yeah,
true.
cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I bought like a tiny bit. And then, like, they did the announcement and I bought a little bit more, but I could have gone harder. And I wish I
Hmm.
did
Hmm.
so much,
Yeah.
because then you
Yeah.
were right. And I think that's like just come
Yeah.
from your experience being in the space. And,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I mean, I got in on that pretty hard, and then I got out of it at about 120, and just because I was looking at a price point of like 200 long, but they needed land to launch faster for me to see that it makes sense. And I don't know why
yeah.
I'm talking about this on the
Yeah.
Sandbox Live, but at the same time, I see a Sandbox price target personally. I can't say this number out loud, crap, because we're on a Sandbox Live, but nonetheless, I think it's way undervalued. Let me
Oh,
put it that
just
way.
say, I
There's
yeah.
so much going for us, and
But
it's like we're
I
just looking at this very small little dip.
Yeah, I mean, I will definitely be buying more, and I'm kind of hoping it stays dipped for a little bit more, because I get paid within the creative, and we get paid in sand. So
Yeah,
I want to be paid in sand while it's low. Last time I got paid in sand, it friggin' skyrocketed because
yeah,
friggin'
yeah.
what's his face announced Facebook Meta, and people jumped on that like friggin' dog with a
Right,
bone, and I was like,
right,
no,
right,
let me
right.
be paid
And
first.
that's the interesting bit, right? Is I'm kind of doing the same where, I'm like, yes, pay me in sand, especially now. Pay
Yeah.
me in sand because I trust what we're doing and like where it's going and what we can do. And also it doesn't hurt that I know everything that we're about to do. You know what I mean? Like so
Shh.
I'm like, yes, pay me
Shush.
in sand. Pay me more in
Shush.
sand, please. Yes. Do
Shush.
that because I know where we're at and where we're going and I'm
It is,
loving where
yeah.
we're going, you know. And I'm
Um,
not spilling the beans for you. And
you
it's not about the alpha.
you're
It's
not, but
everything.
like, but also it's a really by everyone. It's a really good sign though that generally speaking, the land in Sandbox, like on the secondary market, so on OpenSea, the land price
Mhm.
when it goes up does not actually rebound that much low when there is dips in things. So we saw it
Right.
with when sand went all the way up to like $8, and obviously the land was going up with it. And then we saw sand come right back down to about like it was hovering between like 5 and 6. And I've not looked at it recently, and I'm not going to. I refuse. And at that point, land was still at the same price point that it was in terms of dollar price point,
Yeah.
and in fact, for some pieces of land, were even increasing in price. So generally speaking, the land is still holding its value without even taking into consideration what's happening to sand and what's happening with crypto. I mean, it does, change a little bit, but
Yeah.
not significantly. We're not seeing like a huge drop in the land price, which is a huge good sign. And also, once all that land is sold in the land sales, that land, it's gone. Now you've got the land that's there, and there's going to be no more made. So being able to get a piece of land at this point is super super lucrative. In my personal opinion, cannot give you guys financial advice at all, nor
Right.
should
Right. Right.
I.
Right.
But
Right.
and always
Well, I
assess
think
your own risk tolerance.
the interesting thing to talk about with the land specifically is when you don't see that price fluctuate, it also shows that folks who are buying the land are not here for the short term play.
Yeah.
You've got people who, I mean, I was looking at a whale shark tweet, and if you don't know who whale shark is, that's the. I mean, I don't know if it's still the same logo on the map right at this moment, but it was like a top hat wearing goggles
Oh yeah, whale shark. I
logo
love
that
whale
has
shark.
loads of the map. And the whale shark specifically was like, look, not just with the sandbox, but with any asset that they're buying, it's like they're buying it because it's a smart move and they're not planning on selling it. They have only ever sold 3 pieces of NFTs they've ever bought, period. And
Yeah.
none of it's been the sandbox. And I think a lot of people who are buying sandbox lands have that same mentality now. You know, even when I first started out, I didn't have that mentality, and it turned out to be a huge mistake I remember buying land for in the second land sale ever, and within a week I flipped it. It was a three
Ooh.
by three. I bought it for
Oh.
what did I buy it? Oh, don't no, you can't sigh, can't gasp yet. No.
No, no,
It
because
gets worse.
I know what's coming because I didn't flip it. I turned down
Yeah.
buying a 3 by 3 for $120.
Ooh, that's worse. That's so
Yeah,
much worse than
yeah,
mine. I
yeah.
sold the
Because
3 by 3
oh,
for 3 ETH
yeah.
within like 48 hours of purchasing it for whatever it was. I think it was only a couple $100 then. Like maybe it was 150 or somewhere in that
No,
range.
it would if it was the
Um,
second lance out, yeah, because my friend
yeah,
FOMO'd in. I was watching his live stream and he was just clicking all this land.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and he accidentally he didn't want two small estates. He only wanted one. And so
Hmm.
he was like, I might have to sell one. And I messaged
Yeah,
him going, look, I actually quite like the look of Sandbox. Like would you consider selling it to me? And he was like yes, and I only want to make like he really did pretty much offer me a price slightly above what he paid, like really slightly above, because this was when you
yeah,
could buy an ETH. And so it's like, oh yeah, this much. And I was like, okay, let me think about it, because at the time I was like, that's quite a bit to invest in something that I've not seen that much of and was like brand new to.
sure.
Whereas now I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, let me throw down cash.
Yeah, no big deal. Let's get 7 of them
Yeah.
for 15,000. I'm not worried.
Yeah. It's like,
No, no, it's
yeah.
interesting because then it gets worse. The story gets worse. A couple of weeks later, we had the land sale 3, which is the Atari sale area. And then after that, we had something called a moon sale,
Yeah, the moon
which were
sales.
just like sort of extending the width of that Atari section
Yeah.
over there. And there were a lot of small sales. And in one of the moon sales, I was able to buy three 3 by 3 small estates on the something comma zero line. I was very adamant about like this is going to be the spot. For whatever reason, I felt like this is the main road of the game, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about like the way that we were going to do it at that point. It was kind of all speculative. Um, anyway, and I was like, this is where their eyes are going to get caught. And once again, I went and I sold all. No, I had bought 4 of those, not 3, now that I remember where they were laid out. All of 4 of them for 3 ETH each. And
Oh,
now, but one of my friends who I had bought land for, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we all have at least 1 tile that all touched each other." Um, they on that same day, they were like, "I'm gonna put this 1 by 1 up for 5 ETH and see what happens," right?
yeah.
And about 3 months ago, they messaged me and they were like, "Hey, how much is ETH right now?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." At the time, I think it was $4,000, right? And they were
Yeah.
like, Wait, I just sold this for 20 grand." And I was like, "That's sold for 5." And I was so excited, but
And
also like disappointed because I'm like, "Man, how much have
so,
I given away in my hubris out here?"
see, that's the thing.
It's, yeah,
I've only ever sold 2 lands. Both I sold way undervalue, but I still made a
sure.
profit. And other
Yeah.
than that, I have only ever sold 3 other assets. I fully hold everything.
Mhm.
I almost cried selling one of them. I was like, I can't, which is why now I have to buy things in pairs. One to hold forever, and then one to sell if it hits a certain price point that I'm happy at, because
Yeah.
otherwise I can't do it.
Well,
Uh,
so it's interesting.
oh.
A similar method is really common in the NFT space, except that they recommend you buy 3.
Okay, so
You have
one to sort of flip for double or something, like not long after
Yeah,
buying it
you're meant to sell the first one for break even
on
on
all
all 3 of
three.
your
On Yeah,
expenses. Yeah,
yeah,
and then you're meant to sell the second one for a lot of profit and the third one to hold forever.
yeah,
But here's funny. Let's make it relative. So far, I've told you about 5 total estates that I've sold. If
yeah.
each 1 by 1 in that estate sells for 5 ETH, as my friend had sold, those would have been 225 ETH
Oh my god, that's
instead
so
of the what was it? I don't know, 15 that I had earned to that point, right?
yeah.
Which
That's oh my
yeah,
goodness. And if you think about it, like at the point of when you bought, like you spent that ETH, like ETH was so much
cheap,
cheaper.
so
Like
cheap, such a
I
good deal, right?
yeah.
So yeah, Yeah, it's funny, right? And then on top of that, at the same time, I had like 330,000 sand. So cumulatively, my potential losses for not, in my early stages, before I don't even think at that point I wasn't working for the sandbox. I had all these things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all mistakes. Stick with it. Get your sand, get your lands, never let them go. Hold them precious, close to the chest. You need them.
Or, or at the very least, if you're going to sell something, never ever, ever look at the price ever again, or
True.
deal with
That's
that
true.
ever,
That's
because
true.
then you
That's
won't
true.
then you won't know.
That's
You
true.
just it
That's
just
true.
doesn't happen. Much like
Yep.
me not looking at the price of Ethereum or Sand or anything else right now because it's not happening.
Yep.
The only time I will look, I've already, like I said, I already bought my ETH like at like a few weeks ago. So I don't, or last week, I don't know, whenever it was. I don't plan on buying any more until I get paid. So when I get paid, I will then go put in a certain amount of money, which I class as my investment money. Some of it goes in stocks and shares, some of it goes into, well, some of it goes into ETH, with it being split between 70% gets held as long-term ETH, and then the other 30%, 10 of that goes to like games, like if I want to, invest in a certain game or something, with the other one going
Mhm.
to like entertainment, blow on whatever I want fund. But yeah, like I try and split it evenly. So some of it's spending ETH, some of it's holding ETH. But yeah, I'm fiat poor, crypto rich. I am fiat okay and crypto okay. I like to call myself a poor crypto person because I hear stories like you with you, Joe, where you're just like, oh yeah, 13 ETH. I was like, yeah, cool. I hold less than like 2 ETH right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
That's the thing, right? I also have horror stories. I have so many
Oh,
horror
oh,
stories.
I've got a
You
good
know,
horror story. It almost pushed me from ever playing, like being in playing crypto, ever being in the crypto
okay.
space.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I accidentally got introduced very early days to a gambling crypto site. Never gamble, kids. Don't do it.
Yep.
And I kind of already knew that I had a bit of a problem. Like I can go to like the British arcades where we have 2p machines and play those games and win tickets and buy stuff. And that's easy because we take out the amount of cash we're spending for the day there. And that's all I
Yeah.
spend. And I can see that going and I can see tickets coming and we buy our prizes and it's all good.
Mhm.
With crypto or anything online, you don't see that. That's like basically pretend money. Really, it
Yeah.
really is.
No, it
So,
feels like yeah.
and I unfortunately obviously have an issue, so I don't do that. But I won a lot, I lost a lot. And in the UK, gambling wins are not taxable. So I didn't have to worry about taxes or anything like that. So I was winning a lot. Lost a lot, so put more money in, won it all back, lost everything, put more money in, won it all back,
Uh-huh.
lost it all, won
Yep.
some of it back, then lost it all, lost it all, lost more, lost more, lost more, had my phone taken away from me, got banned from my PC for a week
Oh man.
so I could recover. Now, the good parts of this is one, I identified I did in fact have an issue. I have never touched it again. I did work out I lost no, I was up about 13 ETH and I lost all of that plus some more as well. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say how much more, but the good things was I never touched my savings. I never touched my savings. I still had money in my bank account, very
Right.
low,
Right.
but I still had money in my bank account. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my horror story. And I didn't look at crypto for a good 5 or 6 months after that, and I've never touched that site.
Yeah. The interesting thing is that there's not proper regulators for it, right?
No.
So if
And
you've got you really don't know if or how a particular gambling system in a crypto game is designed. Like I heard some stories about, and I don't believe this is true with the entire ecosystem, but well, just to leave the company name out, one of the crypto VR spaces had a casino built by a user in that space.
Yeah.
And the user who built the casino would give you some free tokens. So you go and you play, and they had like a 60-40 winning split. So you would feel like you're winning quite a lot. And then eventually, if you run out of tokens because of some bad luck, cool, you can buy in with some ETH. But then the ETH winning split would be like 10% winning, 90% losing
Oh gosh,
as soon
that's
as you started using ETH, right?
yeah.
And but that's the issue, is that you run into, you don't know. And typically in the US, and I don't know if it's the same in the UK, but it's like somewhere between 47% to 49% you win on the odds, right? So you could
Yeah,
put
I'm
in.
not I'm not too sure because there's obviously loads of different ways to gamble. So I
Right,
think
right, right.
different places would have different ways, but yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
my horror story is a lot nicer than yours, but it's really just me being stupid, like, because I had felt like I had really done a lot of good things with the way that I was earning. And I had gone from being a total, I think at the time, my net crypto worth went from like 10,000 to 50,000, I think,
nice.
which is a lot of money,
Yeah.
right? And it
Oh
was over
yeah.
a short time of like maybe like 2 months I had done that. And then I was looking at initial coin offerings, like things that were coming up, and I was like, oh yeah, like basically every currency was doing this thing where it would launch, it would go up like 5x and then just be awful for 6 months, and then actually you're starting to see tangible use. And so I was like, I'm just going to buy an IPO right now of this token that looks like it looks good. It makes sense, right? And
Yeah.
I go in on it to the degree of all my money because I'm an idiot.
Oh
Uh,
no.
and within 5 minutes, lost 5 ETH worth of money, which at the
Oh
time, I think ETH was 3K for the first time then.
yes.
And
Oh.
it was like I lost $15,000 just like in 3 minutes.
Did you
And
end up
luckily,
withdrawing?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So luckily, I converted it back, because then it proceeded to would have lost like 90% of my total
oh.
net worth. Just it would have. So like I got out in time, but still, like, it was just one of those situations where I was like literally crying. And
Oh,
I'm a
that's
very composed person, but I was like, because I was looking at this fund as like, this is how I'm going to get out of an apartment, build a house, whatever, like it's going to get there. And I didn't, like you, much like you, actually, I didn't do anything with my money crypto wise for 6 months or so
yeah, because it
after
puts
that,
you it
because
puts you off.
yeah, yeah, like I was like, man, I'm an idiot, like I
Yeah.
can't do this, I'm making mistakes. And then eventually Brittany was like, hey, you said that this one was going to be worth this, and it's going up.
Yeah.
And, and this other one that could have been a good investment is still going up, and the whole market's still going up. And like, so, you got to get back in the game. And, after having gotten back in, I went from that then like 35,000 to good six figures plus within a month,
Yeah.
2 months, something
That's
like that. So
that's
once again,
good
really
that you got
fortunate,
in.
but it was like, yeah, but it does teach you. And I think everybody eventually gets all of these lessons. What you're
Oh
talking
yeah.
about, what I'm talking about, the mistakes that we've all made with these big wins, like the Axies, the
Y-
Sandboxes, the
Yeah.
whatever that's out there. Everybody kind of gets in and they go like, I've made some money and I'm out. And you have to be satisfied. And
Yeah.
sometimes you'll make stupid mistakes, and that's why you never invest what you can't lose. Right.
Exactly.
and then
And I
and we're good.
also I look at it as well, like anything that I'm investing, I try and imagine that I don't actually have that money. Obviously, if my assets get stolen from me, which by the way, guys, get a hardware wallet, put your assets in a hardware wallet, don't keep them
Yeah.
in a hot wallet or whatever it's called. It's a hot wallet, isn't it? Live wallet, whatever.
Yeah.
Put them in a hardware wallet. But yeah, if something like that happened, yeah, I'd be devastated and all of that jazz. But I mostly got into the crypto space on accident, by wanting to play games. So if
Mhm.
like earning money is it's a benefit to me being able to earn this way, and obviously it's been great, and you know, true ownership is absolutely fantastic. Um, but if it does go down in value, am I going to be sad rocking back and forth? Probably. I get nervous enough when I send, ETH from one wallet to another wallet, which is fairly safe to do, even if it's like $20. If I'm buying something for $20, I'm still like nervous that, oh no, is
Yeah,
something bad going to happen? And all of a sudden my $20 is lost, even though it's
yeah.
just $20. Um, so yeah, I'd be, rocking back and forth crying. But at the same time, I would still stay in the space compared to if I purposely went and put my money into something dodgy, like
Yeah.
gambling again, which I won't ever do.
Well, I
Um,
think
yeah.
you actually bring up a really huge point that people in, especially in this community, need to know. Because I think that obviously, since we have some NFTs here, there are other NFTs that exist, and I think they may be looking at those, thinking, "Hey, should I buy some of those?"
Yeah.
And so we talk about this in the Board Ape Yacht Club community a lot, uh, with the hardware wallet.
Oh, look at you, Bored Ape Yacht
Yeah, yeah,
Club.
yeah, yeah, flex, flex. So
Yeah.
so the you keep a hardware wallet, right?
Yeah.
But that's not your only wallet. You keep another wallet for buying NFTs or new projects that you're not sure of. You
Yeah.
only buy with this brand new wallet that you never keep money in ever. You never keep your NFTs in them ever.
No, you
So
move those out straight away.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So everything that you buy, when you buy it, if you like it, you go and you move it to your hardware wallet and you keep this burner wallet empty. It only had the money that you needed to make the purchase, and then you empty it out. So you always use this burner wallet just in case you buy a project that is, as Panda says, dodgy.
Mm.
It's, if they're trying to scam people and you approve a contract, it's potential. There's a potential that the contract, if you don't read it, could allow them to take more funds out of your wallet,
Yeah.
right? Or leave your wallet accessible for a longer period of time. And so people have run into this when they get into these new NFT projects that they don't do their research on, whatever. Um, or they don't read the smart contract. So the safest way is to say, hey, it's going to cost me 0.04 ETH to mint this thing plus gas fee. So you put that ETH in there, or, and
Maybe a
then you go
slight
make
bit
that purchase.
extra just to be
Yeah,
on the safe
exactly.
side. Yeah.
Just in case gas blows up for that moment, right?
Yeah.
You put the amount that you need in there, a little bit extra, but not your money, right?
Yeah.
And then you make your purchase and you move the NFT out into your hardware wallet, your permanent storage, just to keep yourself safe. Yeah. So great point.
Someone's dreading doing taxes this year. We can't give you tax advice, but look for your state stuff. Every country has different rules and regulations. So
Yeah.
even if somebody does know, it could differ for your state to someone else's state. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. Yep.
definitely look for your stuff. A friend of mine even had his ID card copied by a mobile game. Oh, that sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You have to, as much as you can, you have to use those uh secondary options,
Yeah.
these kind of like firewalls for yourself to protect yourself.
Good tip. Oh, someone didn't know about the smart contract. Yeah, I even
Yeah.
had somebody message today asking about like, oh, I minted a land in the Sandbox land sale. It says successful, but it's still not come through. I was like, well, when did you mint it? Like last week. I was like, there was no land sale last week. And like,
Right.
oh no, just
Right.
when you had a land sale. I was like, you can send me your TX if you want, and I can take a little look. But if there is an actual problem, I'm not going to be someone who can help you with this. You'll have to go on to someone else to ask about it. So I had a look,
Right.
and straight away looking at that contract, they went from a wallet to another wallet. So they didn't spend sand; they spent ETH. It didn't
Yeah.
cost the amount of what a land would cost. And I just said, I'm ever so sorry, but you've not purchased a land. Like, there's nothing here even stating that you've purchased an asset. You've not spent sand, and the only way to purchase land is with sand. And it looks like it's just gone from one wallet to another wallet. And they're like, well, my friend sent me a link to the website. And I was like, your friend isn't your friend. And that was the end of that. So yeah, don't click anything that a friend might send you. Look on like official things for stuff like that, and always ask like in the Discord, listen to like what the mods, or go to announcements for certain things. But yeah, be super careful with your money.
Yeah.
Always use a V. Yeah, we need to finish. Yeah. Wow. Oh wow.
So
there's
a lot of good useful information, though. To be honest, it's been great chatting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we actually finished on time, and we've just been talking about crypto.
Yeah.
That seems about
It's been
right.
Good.
Yeah,
and a good chat.
I need to get like my end screen done. Right, guys, we got to say bye to you because we've done like an Alex length stream. We're all waiting for Joseph to drop some Oh, that was it. Yeah, they were hoping if we continued to talk, you would just say something. And you've got to go do your own stream.
I'm gonna go roll out on my stream. We're gonna play Nobody Saves the World. We're gonna hang out. I'm gonna try to drink some tea so I can wake up.
Tea gang.
Tea
gang.
Yes.
You're British now.
Teed though. No, it's pre-teed though. It's cold tea.
No,
it's already made.
Cold tea.
We're having a good time. Not having the hot tea right now. It's afternoon my time. It's after 8 p.m. your time.
Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock. But like, but tea is for all time. You have tea at breakfast. You have tea for like for brunch. Then you have tea with lunch, tea after lunch, then tea at high tea, and then tea after the school pickup, tea before dinner, tea before bed. Like there's never a bad time.
So you're drinking black tea, right? You drink black tea?
No, I mean like I can, but no, I have. It's like it's normal tea, but milk and sugar.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
What I mean is not green leaf tea. Do you drink black leaf tea?
Oh yeah.
With caffeine or no?
Yeah.
With caffeine.
Oh yeah, with caffeine. But I do sometimes switch it up with some herbals. I do sometimes have a nice hot herbal tea. Yeah.
Sure.
But no decaf.
Yeah, no, it's all about the. I need to get caffeinated. Because I was just busy I was busy in the call talking about my potential interview with what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I gotta come back and
It's a hardware wallet. Ledger's a good hardware wallet. Yeah. Yeah. Can't wait
Total
to
Hill's
know more.
Like, oh, they almost spilled it. No, no beans. Hey, if y'all are interested in hanging out with me, just chatting more, we can talk more crypto if you want. We can talk about whatever. But I'm gonna play Nobody Saves the World. So I'm gonna pop off over there. Panda, it's been great chatting with you.
It's been great. Sorry to have kept you so long and
myself so long. No, you're good. We're hanging out. We're having fun, and I'm into it. We could do more Mondays if you like, anytime.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I'm available now.
Especially with that. Once it gets to that month with the thingy that's happening for everybody, you'll be excited about. Yeah, chat's gonna be like super like.
Oh man, geez.
Yeah, definitely gonna need some help.
Future things.
Oh yeah, that stuff. We're making everybody so sad. Oh, right.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Anyway,
you go do your thing. It's been great. We should definitely do more Monday things. Love having somebody to bounce some energy off of, and definitely keep the chat entertained while I have to do some, creative stuff.
All right.
Okay, right.
Well, I'll see you later. I've got the link in the chat for over there on Twitch for my Twitch. If you all are interested in joining, feel free, Panda. I will see you later.
See you later. Have a good one. Bye. Right, now Joseph is gone, I'm going to do the quick goodbye as well. We need a new theme for next week because we pretty much finished this room. I will get a beanbag or a wash basket sorted for the bedroom, just show you the finished room. It will be finished, and then we'll do something else. I might just do like questions at the start of next Monday, and you guys can give me a theme or something that you want to see me do. You should raid Joe. Yeah, I don't know how to actually do it because I'm using Restream, but I mean, he's linked himself numerous times. Go over and watch Joe. He's not doing sandboxy things, but he is playing a game that sounds actually kind of awesome. So definitely go check out Joe. Great person, huge sandbox person. So go check him out playing games. And as always, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever. Oh yeah, by the way, don't tell Joe my new ending so he doesn't steal my new ending, but I've added Metaverse to my ending. So have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the Metaverse. Goodbye. Sorry there's no end music, but you can just listen to my voice as the